This here is one of my favorite lights. It's the Godox TL30 and I use them all the time. I use them in my studio. I've got one right here above me right now and I use them for product shots, what have you. And I wanted to show you guys some behind the scenes from kind of a rushed, quick, improvised shoot I did yesterday, just to give you guys an idea of how these lights perform and how you can rig them by using fairly cheap and compact stands and equipment. Now, if you're more interested in a kind of a regular review, I'm gonna link my review video at the end of this one, so you don't have to go anywhere, just sit back and relax. So this is our location, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot of available light, and I'm terribly sorry about the quality on some of these shots. I had to use my smartphone to capture the kind of behind the scenes stuff, but let's pretend it's art or something. So anyway, the gear I had with me was two of these TL30 tube lights and one of those round 5-in-1 reflectors. And I don't know if you can see it, but we got some different light temperatures coming in. We got some daylight from this side, some fluorescent, but the main room here is tungsten. And because I didn't want everything around our subject to be completely black, I still decided to keep the house lights on for these shots. I knew this was probably going to be a bad idea and more difficult to correct everything in post, since we weren't getting any or much color separation, because the walls and this thing over here back in this area are pretty darn close to skin tone, so would be difficult to key out just skin and get some color separation and all that. What I did instead was I kind of over pushed the hair light a bit to give us a kind of a clear, sharp separation between the subject and the background, and I wasn't quite sure how much I would be able to push the image in post, so I figured let's do a little more in camera and then dial everything back in post instead of trying to bring out more details. But hey, that's just real life. Sometimes you have more control, sometimes you have less control, but I still think these TL30s did a pretty good job. I mean, if we take a look at this shot here again, without lights, when we turn on the key light and the hair light. Anyway, when it comes to rigging, the key light was placed on one of those kind of tiny flimsy camera tripods right here on this side. And the hair light is mounted onto a microphone stand behind the subject, and I use one of these reflector clamps that you can just thread onto a regular microphone stand. And because these lights are so tiny and lightweight, you don't really need to bring any bulky light stands. You can totally get away with using these more compact stand solutions. Another piece of special equipment I used yesterday is this dart, because we were shooting in a pub, so I just grabbed one of the darts and kind of pushed it into one of these pillars and just hang the reflector straight onto the dart. Not the prettiest thing I've seen, but it totally worked. And as for the interview itself, I shot everything on my Canon SL2 or the 200D, depending on where you live and all that. And all in all, this entire thing was shot on some pretty modest equipment, and I still think the results came out looking pretty okay. I don't know, what do you guys think? Normally I would try to find a better location with some more available light, maybe a window or something, but for these interview shots I really wanted to include the bar area. Now, this was kind of a spontaneous video, so let me know what you think about this format, and if you guys like it, I'll try to do some more of these more spontaneous behind the scenes videos and share with you guys. I was originally planning on doing another video about these lights, on how I use them for more kind of studio work, for product shots, and if that's something that you guys want to see as well, then let me know and I'll try to make that happen. Well, that's it for this video. Happy shooting everyone, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye!